Next is Mr. Benjamin Andre Capobianco, Consulting Sales Engineer of Daikin Airconditioning Philippines. He has been with Daikin Philippines since 2019 as Consulting Sales Engineer. Since then, he has been closely collaborating with HVAC designers and architects to ensure that the most applicable and efficient solutions are available in the market. So now we'll have for our next presentation an equally interesting technology from Daikin Philippines. They'll be sharing about their technology to improve indoor environment quality, the streamer technology from Daikin. So I'll now pass the audio and controls to you, Engineer Capobianco.
Thank you, Sir Chester. So, before we actually begin, I want to start with a short activity. So, I can't see you guys, but I'm trusting you're following what I'm going to say. So, I want everyone to close their eyes for a minute. Then, I want you to inhale, hold, then exhale. Then, inhale again, hold, then exhale. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys did it. So notice right now as I'm going to start, you'll be thinking about uh, your breathing and you'll notice it more. So that's because breathing, just like blinking, has become an involuntary action that we do every day. Even while we're sleeping, we're breathing. So unlike blinking, we need to breathe if we want to live. So these things are mostly taken for granted and oftentimes neglected. So breathing and eating allows us to introduce external forces into our body. If you eat something wrong, uh, your stomach your stomach hurts, you get diarrhea, uh, and so forth. But if you inhale something, you get sick, you get colds, fevers, and certain viruses. So we all know it's easy to monitor what we eat, but the air we breathe isn't. So we learned this the hard way, right? So now the demand for cleaner air is higher. So which air is cleaner? Is it inside a building or is it outside? So technically, the term fresh air comes from outside. That's why outside, the outside environment has cleaner air. So in the Philippines, that's why we've implemented alfresco dining, and most of the time we really like to go outside. But of course, you can really stay comfortable outside if the weather permits. I'm sure no one would like to go outside on a heavy storm or when it's extremely hot. So whatever the case, you will still prefer to stay indoors with air conditioning. So it gives us a place to work, to sleep and rest, and of course, to bond with our families. So it provides a sense of security as well. So will you feel safe if you're inside full of dirty air? Because again, we've established that the air inside is dirtier compared to outside. So would you still stay inside? Of course, we have to. So the next question is, what can we do to clean the air, right? So there are numerous technologies and strategies to clean the air. So one is through air filtration. So air filtration, of course, everyone's familiar. It prevents the passage of particulate matter, and it's mostly commonly referred to as the MERV or MERV filters. So they are categorized as such. So they trap this particulate matter inside, making sure that the air being recirculated indoors is clean. Aside from air filtration, we have UV light. So UV light is a common disinfection method or air cleaning UVC installed like the one in the picture here. So it's placed inside your air conditioning unit. However, the UVC is effective depending on the exposure, the time you expose it to the air, and of course the dosage. So it really depends. Aside from that, if the UV light cannot penetrate the surface or the area to disinfect, they won't clean it. So if you'll notice, in between filters, in between the UV lights and the coil, there are filters. So what they're doing here is the particulate matter trapped in these filters are being disinfected or inactivated using UV light. But we in Daikin, we actually personally, I believe that it is more appropriate to call this a technology spotlight instead of a product spotlight. Since technology, as we define it here in Daikin, should be sustainable, adaptable, and flexible for different products. So with that kind of mindset, Daikin developed its own air cleaning technology, which is specifically designed and used for cleaning the air. So this is streamer technology. So streamer technology uses the concept of oxidative decomposition. It releases a plasma discharge that generates high-speed electrons with high oxidative decomposition power. So it inactivates the virus and bacteria, even the outdoor and even the odor. So here we've tested the streamer technology for different variants of the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-19 virus. So we've also tested it for other viruses, other particulate matters, and bacteria. So using that technology, we've come up with a lot of different products. Uh, First is our air purifier. Your standalone air purifier uses a double method which introduced active plasma ion and of course the streamer technology. So these air purifiers uh, gather the air in the surrounding environment, then release it cleaner. So it applies the same principle as air filtration and air purification. You have different layers of filters. So you have your electrostatic HEPA filter, you have a deodorizing filter, and of course, all in between, it has a streamer unit. So here is a look of how the air purifier works. So it enters through the side and exits the air. So it's important that the particulate matter trapped in those filters will be inactivated before it is released back into the environment. Aside from that, the streamer technology is incorporated in our latest model, the D-Smart King FTKZ. So we've got a lot of requests coming from different people that are asking the streamer technology is now available inside the unit. So as you're cooling the air, it also uh, there's also an air filter and an air purification device that is helping with the air cleaning. So it provides you a better and comfortable air all in all. So another good feature about this product, it actually has its own built-in mobile controller. So you can control it using your phone. Just have to download the Daikin app, which is free. So you don't need any additional adapters. So even before entering the room, you can turn it on remotely, even if you're outside, so long as it's connected to your internet, you can operate the unit. So you can control it anywhere. Yeah. And of course, we have different types of air conditioning units. We need to adapt to be able to adapt those buildings. We have here a streamer duct chamber. So this is a chamber unit. You install it in your ducting system. So it has different filters and the streamer technology again. So you introduce the air inside. Of course, it still has its filter and again the streamer unit. So you're noticing a pattern that there is always a filter and the air purifying device. So we need these levels of protection. We don't recommend just having air filters. If it is possible, you put an air filter and an air cleaning device. So here's how it is installed. So imagine you have your own ducting unit, uh, and of course, majority of air conditioning built in right now in buildings, we have ducting for the air. So we could introduce these types of streamer duct chamber for such cases. So here's another setup. So aside from recirculating air, we could also introduce them passing through your outdoor air. So again, out outdoor air is considered clean, but again, it depends on the place. If the place is very urbanized and a lot of pollution, we still advise to have as much as possible these type of air cleaning devices. And of course, we have our streamer cassette. So for buildings, of course, this is a common commercial air conditioning design. So now we have, again, streamer technology built into this system with MERV 8 filter. Again, you cannot have a filter and without a air cleaning device. So sadly, this is exclusive for your VRV system. So streamer, the products you actually saw are all part of Daikin's program called Fresh and Pure Daikin Air, so which aims to provide the best air quality for the people that we love and cherish. So, of course, we are still developing new ways to provide fresh and pure air. So, again, Daikin's goal is to perfect the air and the air inside that we breathe. So, stay tuned for our future technologies and services. So, thank you and maraming salamat po.